Now we're at this kind of like weird doldrums point, right? Where
Mm.
they've been not the last several meetings, but this last, Fed meeting in early May, and as well as that there was one Fed meeting last year where they slowed the rate of the taper, which has been like their
Yep.
consistent way of reducing, their monetary tightening, not in like a, net sense, but in at least a rate of change sense. And that's allowed them to buy more and more time for them to keep rates here and hopefully put the nail in the coffin on inflation. Although,
Yep.
some of the figures that have been coming out of 3%, 3.2%, like these aren't these aren't as encouraging as I think that they want them to be, because they're showing that inflation here is sticky, and that's all
Mm.
because we're in a secular inflationary cycle. There's going to be, in my opinion, this decade we're going to have multiple waves of inflation just like the 1970s, and they're going to get increasingly worse because of the fiscal and debt situation of the United States, and
Mm.
that debt needs to be monetized somehow. So the Fed's going to have to do QE again, and that just means that there's going to be more inflation down the road. And so there's kind of a paradox there where their higher rates will actually make things worse in the long term.